ended up winning Best Actor for it.
Whoa.
Yep.
Shells.
Which is pretty cool. It was, I mean, a real small deal. It wasn't like I'm not.
Hey, no,
But hey, it was,
that's
the
it.
beginning
Nothing
of my
wrong
thing.
with Wisconsin.
It's like
man.
the triple A's. It's you won the Oscar, the Emmy, and the triple A's. It's
I was
cool.
single A. That was single A film festival.
Single A, low A.
Yeah. They're still pitching in the 70s. Yeah, that's how it was.
Man.
But yeah, man. And then from there, it got to the point where my counselor at St. Thomas said, I was in my sophomore year, and
Bro,
they
you're
said,
killing it.
You kind of got to decide. Well, they said you got to decide. Do you want to do your biology stuff, or do you want to do what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't really. I think I love this acting thing. So I told my parents, I was like, I don't think I want to go back to school next year. Wow. And they were
supportive.
Yeah, super supportive. My dad was a little on the edge about it. My mom was like,
Right.
That's amazing. She's like, wow. I think my mom kind of saw something that was like a passion, and she saw something in me that she wanted me to do it. So my uncle lives in LA.
Okay, so that helped.
So
too.
I called him, and he said he knew I was doing some theater stuff and the commercial stuff with my brother. And he said, if you ever want to come out here, I got a room for you. So I went and visited for a week, came back, and I told my dad and mom, I was like, I'm going to go out there. Yeah.
What would you say Bomb City's the movie that got into a lot of festivals? It's had a lot of success. Is it technically an indie film, would you say?
It is, yeah.
What was that kind of your big break, would you say, as far as like LA scene on the stage in front of a screen where a lot of eyeballs saw it?
Definitely, yeah. That's the biggest thing I've done.
And so you should see it. It's based on a true story. Bomb City played Cody Cates, who's a guy and this isn't a spoiler because it's just facts. Mm-hmm. He kills a kid.
Yeah.
And it's kind of these high school jocks versus these hard rockers in this small town in Texas.
Kids, yeah.
And you play the guy that killed the kid. I mean, it's a big role in this movie. Tell me about the audition process and then being on set. What was that like, kind of being new to the big production scene?
So before then, I moved out to LA totally naive. I had no idea what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of started figuring stuff out, trying to meet people, got into acting class, did the headshot thing and everything. But
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah, you did some headshots recently, I think, right?
Oh yeah, we had a couple of gigs last week.
That's
no
good.
big deal.
Yeah,
keep
right?
going. No, it's not about me.
Carry on.
But yeah, so I just started, and there's casting sites, right? So you can self-submit when you're first starting out. You sign up for these casting sites, and you make a profile, and you can see kind of breakdowns, that are available to the public. The big breakdowns for like, and a breakdown is like it's what the role is, what the show is. That's what a breakdown is, and you can't see the big ones unless you're an agent or like a manager or something. But Bomb City, I was out in LA for like 2 years, and Bomb City popped up, and I self-submitted to it, and I got an audition, and they said, put yourself on tape. Here's the scenes we want you to do, and it was due on Wednesday at like 12 o'clock, I think, and I got it in at Wednesday at 11:45.
Giddy up.
Wow.
Yep. On the edge.
Top of the list.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I'm the last one they're going to see.
list.
I'm the last one they're going to see. And they called me, the producer, Major Dodge, who is now he's like my brother to me. He's the best. Major Dodge and Jamie Brooks is the director of it. Anyway, they called me at like 1 o'clock the same day, and they said, "Do you want to Skype on Monday or something?"
Wow.
Yeah. So I did like one self tape, and then they wanted to Skype. So I met them via Skype that Monday, and they said, it's between you and one person. Why they would tell me that, I don't know.
Jerks.
No pressure.
Yeah, and they're like, we'll let you know in a week.
Oh,
and
sure.
we had a good conversation and everything. And then, anyway, I'll hurry up. But I was at rehearsal with my scene partner from class, and all of a sudden I get a call from Major.
And
he's
it's such an LA thing. Got a call from Major.
Major Dodge. That's his name.
Major Dodge.
Awesome name.
Great name.
And he goes, "Hey, buddy, like we loved you, but I was like, that's awesome." And he said, "Could you maybe do one more scene, put it on tape for us?" And I was like, "Absolutely. When do you need it by?" He goes, "In an hour."
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And I'm in rehearsal, and like I have to call. I'm like, "Okay, let me just hang up quick. Let me call my buddy who does my self tapes." And he goes, no, man, I'm just messing with you. He goes, we want to offer you the role. And I'm like, oh! I was like, you beep beep. I was like, and he's like, man, I'll send you the contract and everything, and that's how it happened. And then all of a sudden, a month later, I was in Texas filming it, and the greatest set. I'm spoiled because it was the greatest set. You can't. It's like it was like lightning in a bottle, man. It was so freaking cool.
I'm assuming you shot it in a real town, like the town.
We shot it around Dallas.
Okay.
And then we actually did go up to Amarillo where it actually happened.
Yeah,
Amarillo,
because I
Texas.
saw the fence scene.
Yep. Yeah, we went up there for
cool.
about almost, I think, like 5 days.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful movie to watch.
Thank you,
the cinematography is incredible. The scene, there's so much passion in the movie.
Yeah.
That's what kind of blew me away.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of heart in it, and that's why we all kind of clicked on set. And the first day I get on set, I was the only one. It's like 7 punks, like punk kids. And they were all there for a week, so they were all gelling and hanging out, and they were best friends by the weekend. Yeah. And I get there, and I'm the only jock on set, and I'm like eating lunch by myself. Like, I didn't know what to do.
Loser,
yeah, dude, I felt like a total outcast. I felt like it was like the real deal. And they tried to hate me, and I tried to like keep my distance away, and then we just couldn't do it, and we all became buddies, and like it was awesome. So we could. And it freed us up because in those like fight scenes, we can't get intense. We were like, let's just let loose, dude, because whatever we do on screen, like we're not going to bring it off screen. We don't actually hate each other. So it was super cool. It was, but yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Rick, as someone who because I'm kind of like, again, I do a little bit of modeling acting. I'm in this industry. As someone who's outside of it, like, what's your take? Like, what do you think's kind of interesting about this?
Well, I just want to know what you did for those 2 years. You said it took 2 years before you got this gig. What were you doing? Are you just like, what's the pickup work?
I was doing.
Were you a waiter? Were you a bartender somewhere?
No, I didn't have to do that. I was fortunate enough for the first couple years to not have to. A year and a half, I didn't have to have a job. I kind of was. I lived for free with my uncle, so I didn't have to have that rent payment. And I was just, like I said earlier, I was just self-submitting, doing short films, student films, trying to get meetings with agents, anything that I could just progress forward. I was doing, I do improv, just trying to...
Honing in on your skills.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I think is the hardest part about getting into an industry like that. And it's similar with us, doing broadcasting. You just have to work yourself into something, and you just got to keep grinding every single day. And it's hard to see that vision down at the end of the line because it's like, wow, when's this going to happen? But then, one day you submit something, then you get a response.
And listen, I still got a long way to go, and but it's a start, and it's a great start. And a lot of people don't get anything ever, so I'm grateful for it, and it's been it was an awesome experience. So now I'm just looking for the next project. But
would you say you're drawn to movies now? That's a style of film and theater that you want to explore more?
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? I like how I just answered the question that not knowing what you asked.
Movies. Do you want to get into TV, or are you more so looking to do more movies in the foreseeable future?
At this point, I just want to work.
Okay.
I'm not going to be picky.
If I get a gig on like a show like The Office, I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah. Call me Jim. And I'm there. I want to do... My goal is to do Broadway and off-Broadway. That's like a goal of mine, to be able to go to New York and work there for a few months and then come back and do a movie or whatever, whatever. But I've never really done... a role where I'm a regular on a show.
Okay.
I've done a couple of really small spots on TV, but so I haven't really gotten to explore that much. But I think I just want to do everything, man. I'm like, as an actor, you get it. You want to kind of touch on everything, and why not explore? If I can do a big blockbuster, I'm in. If I could do another thing like Bomb City, I'm in. If I could do a TV show for a few years, I'm in. Theater, I'm in. It's like, why not?
That's how you have to, as Rick mentioned, that's how you have to be.
Yeah.
We'll close with this. You talked about kind of the internal battle, being an athlete, being a jock, but also feeling this pull towards theater and acting. We have parents that listen to this show, some kids that are our age and even younger. What advice do you give to parents or kids that do have a kid that maybe was drawn into sports early on, but they're kind of having a change of heart? As someone who's been through that experience, what do you tell them?
I would say for the I'm not a parent, but from my parents' perspective, it was like explore it. Like, you don't have to do the the thing you're told to do. And that's easier said than done because I was fortunate to be able to do it and I had really supportive parents. But I think as a parent, you got to look at it from the kid's perspective and you just support them because it's something that they're passionate about now and maybe it'll last, maybe it won't. But there's no harm in letting your kid try something new, you know? And from the kid's perspective, same idea where it's like I let myself... And I don't regret not doing theater in high school. I think everything happens. You know,
we had a good time.
Yeah, and you do. Oh, and my best friends are still from my hockey team. You know, it's like those guys are my brothers. But just don't like. At the time, it was like I held so much judgment. You know, it was like I held so much that like people cared what I did, and it was like, dude, you weren't cool in the first place. Like, do theater, man. Like you weren't like this. You weren't like this stud that like. You know, like you were on the lower totem pole of the studs,
but not stud. Yes.
Right, exactly. So yeah, just like explore it. Just try and get into anything, you know, and don't be afraid of the judgment. Easier said than done, but you just got to do what you're drawn to, and it's like theater is cool. Like you'll look back and be like, yeah, that is cool. Like that kid the kids who were the jocks at the time. Dude, a lot of them probably wanted
Sound
to explore
insurance
that
at State
stuff.
Farm, yeah.
But a lot of them are like, now I'd be jealous of it. And it's funny how it works. It switches. But,
so true.
But I don't know if I answered it
that was good.
well,
good.
But yeah.
The kids learned. No,
got anything else, Rick?
No, man. Bomb City. Check it out.
Bomb City, check it out. I'm wearing the shirt now. Unironically, too.
Well, and you can see it on like all the pirated sites. Like but you should buy it on Amazon.
Thanks, dude. Nice plug.
It's on Amazon. Check it out there.
It is. If you have an Amazon subscription, you can watch it for free now.
Oh, wow.
And we opened in Europe. We're on HBO in Europe. In case you got any European listeners.
Oh, I got a bunch of those.
Oh, we know some people in Belgium.
Stacked.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's this was awesome, man. Thanks for having me. And
yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Dude, and good luck the rest of the way, man.
Thank you as well, dude.
This could be like an undercover like interview, like you get that big blockbuster and we like re-release this.
Yeah.
We had Luke Shelton.
Just keep it on a loop.
Buddy, good luck to you in the future.
Thank you, man.
Pleasure.
You as well. This was really fun, guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Luke Shelton, Rick Palermo, producer Brandon Morton. Great episode 18 of The Flow, Rick. Stamped and sealed.
18 years young.
Folks, we'll see you next week. Thank you for catching The Flow.